Having spent a wonderful night at Pretty Pine, which is a wonderful little spot that consists of a pub and a great big field that was able to take our travelling caravan, we all settled in for the night. A few lucky people actually managed to score motel rooms in Deniliquin, which was only just down the road. So they managed to avoid the floating tent city that we found the next morning. As the rain came down, tents floated, gear went away, and people rushed to get themselves together and get ready for the next start that was going to see them coming into Albury.
And getting to Deniliquin, it rained so heavily, and getting up the next morning I'm thinking, here we go again, and it rained all the way down, I think, to Albury. It was just unbelievable, all the water, just incredible.
It's not a race. Any doubts, please ask. The potholes are severe, the kangaroos are out there and you cannot see them. I was in a car this morning, not on a bike, and I didn't see them till the last minute. So please take care. Don't rush, get yourselves to Albury. It's not a big day, take your time. There is zero penalty for arriving. Whatever time you arrive, you will still get your sticker and it will not affect your standing. Anybody who wants to trailer their bikes is more than welcome to do so. You will not be penalised for it.
Turn the fuel on.
We hit Victoria and New South Wales, the potholes were horrendous, and that day coming out of Deniliquin when it was pouring, like we had rain every day, but this was torrential rain. And try to ride in those conditions with potholes, you don't know how deep they are. You see a bit of water, it could be a foot deep pothole underneath, and that was pretty stressful. So very slow ride that day across to Albury through Finley, and a lot of stress on the organisers.
It's that cold, bad circulation in the hands.
Oh dear. Okay, mate. Cheers, Mark. Got that?
Of course I'll get lost.
Yeah, our backup driver's going to get lost. He gets lost every time. Every time.
He went across, when we came across the ferries in South Australia, we came across the ferry, he got lost, and then he went to a different ferry, and then he got stuck because the cars were behind, he couldn't back out, he had to cross the ferry, turn around, come back on the ferry, and then he still got lost and couldn't find it. So he had 3 ferry trips for the day.
I was lucky to have plenty of good gear and I stayed warm and dry, whereas I saw a few that were like drowned rats, and I would, it just takes a little bit more to get over, and it's just another layer on top of what you're going through each day to achieve that end result at the end of the day. But yeah, it's quite unique to say we rode from west to east and wore wet weather gear every day, and we did get wet most days.
That's amazing, this has done over 1,000 kilometres on a truck valve. This. Really? Oh yeah, it's got to be repaired this afternoon. Where are we going? Tablet stuff. The seat's around the corner on the way down there. Yeah, so we had to replace the spring in this in Border Town, the valve spring, but the valve died and everything's completely shot. So it has its moments to go.
Nothing like Aaron used to.
Oh shit. You always tend to be playing with your bikes at one time or another, but this is a little bit, we're lucky that we have Peter's workshop here to be doing all this.
So what are you doing today?
Going to rip the tanks off, rip the barrels off, rip the carby off, pull the barrels right off. There's the valve guides and everything that's sitting on the bench over there. Regrind the seats, lap the valves in, put it all back together again, adjust the tappets. I swapped some motorcycles. There was a motorcycle deal with a fella, and then I swapped a bike and gave him some money, and he gave me some money and gave me a car, and anyway, it ended up a XY GT. But, and the old 57 Chev was a local Yarrawonga car, and the FB Holden at the other end was my great-grandfather's car, so we used to go to the footy in it, and we used to have the plastic on the seats, and he brought it new in 1960.
I'm just going to put an earplug in there to stop the oil coming out when we take the tanks off. I'll just undo the fuel on this side, then I'll come over and do yours. Then we'll take the tank off.
Send him on his way about 6:30-ish.
In the morning.
No, tonight.
Oh, shit.
Albury, Fast Fuel Motorcycles, which is a Royal Enfield dealer and an old bike dealer.
Did you shout?
That was a great little stop. Everybody was able to be in town, buy a helmet or a new set of gloves or something like that if they needed it.
How'd you go in the wet?
Wet was fine. We had a bit of trouble when we got here to the bloody traffic lights and everything. That was the hard bit, getting organised through there. Trying to work out where we're going and hand shift and
Yeah, I had a brain fade. Is that a good run today, Scott?
You should put this in some kind of a race, I reckon. I reckon you could put this in an endurance or in a speed race. The bike is going very, very well.
That was also the gateway to heading up to the top of Australia, which was the next high point of the event, pardon the pun, going up over the top of Australia.